This is ESPN on ABC.
Davis Diamond in College Station, Texas is home to the very first pro softball game on ABC. And what a setting for the AUSL Championship. Sammy Williams, the hitter of the year, leading the Chicago Bandits. They started out the season playing against the Utah Talons, and they will close it out against Bree Ellis, the comeback player of the year. And the co-champions in the regular season meet in the finals. Let's get legendary.
A league without limits, elevated by the stars who define it.
Oh yeah, ready, set, go.
Welcome to the pinnacle, where the highest stakes bring the biggest opportunity.
So close, the gold I can taste. Big smile on my face when we win in first place.
The reigning champions have clawed their way back,
The Talons have won it!
while the outlaws have a score to settle.
Chicago wins the marathon!
Welcome to the game. Let's go, let's get it.
Sharpen your talons and become legendary. History is on the horizon.
We're going to the championship, baby!
The AUSL Championship begins now.
Welcome to the game.
And we welcome you to Davis Diamond for the rematch. Last year in the inaugural AUSL Championship, Utah beat Chicago for the title. The same two are back to square off again this year, only fitting because they tied as co-champs during the regular season. But Utah took 4 of 5, so they come in as the #1 seed. I'm Beth Mullins, Amanda Scarborough alongside me. We've also got our field analyst, Danielle Laurie, with us today. And what a way to start this best 2 out of 3 series, Amanda. We've got the best hitting team in the league against the best pitching team.
Yeah, they definitely got here in different ways and kind of a variety of different ways because the Bandits had to play a play-in game against the Cascade on Thursday night. That game went 11 innings while the Talons just got to sit back and watch, being the overall #1 seed. But how the Bandits got here was swinging it. It's their strength. The Talons are going to have to find a way to shut down that offense.
All right, the Talons did it last year with the same 2 pitchers that threw games 1 and 2 in the finals. They're going to come back with that dynamic duo again here.
They're back, and they're better than ever. Georgina Korick and Montana Fouts, the 2 aces on this Talons team, won them the championship last year. Georgina Korick, who will get the start tonight, was the 2025 AUSL Pitcher of the Year. Montana Fouts, though, clinched it in a complete game shutout last year to win it all. Georgina Korick will get the start in Game 1. Montana Fouts is the probable starter for Game 2. This is the best pitching staff in the AUSL. They can shut you down quick.
And Korick led the league this year in ERA. Montana Fouts, the projected starter tomorrow, was the strikeout leader. And they are the last 2 winners of Pitcher of the Year honors in the AUSL. So a tough task for the Chicago Bandits, who only hit .211 against them during the regular season this year. But against everybody else, they were fantastic. The best numbers at the plate of anybody.
This Bandits offense, they have it in them to score a lot of runs quickly. They had several games with double-digit runs and double-digit hits. But it starts at the top of their order with Skylar Wallace and Sammy Williams. They will hit 1 and 2 in the order. And this year, Sammy Williams was the 2026 Hitter of the Year. So we'll have a Pitcher of the Year against a Hitter of the Year matchup. These two have been unstoppable, hitting for power. Skylar Wallace, so dynamic. 1 through 9, this Bandits lineup can beat you in a lot of different ways because of the fact they hit over 300, they steal bases, and they can hit the long ball.
And the Bandits led the league in all of these statistical categories, over a 300 batting average. They were also the top scoring team in the league. And for more on this matchup, let's go down to our field analyst, the Olympian and former collegiate national player of the year, Danielle Laurie.
Well, you said it, Beth. This is a team that has led the league well over 300 batting average, but at times has had issues with this Talons pitching staff, rightfully so. Coach Stanton said the adjustments that need to be made, getting on the dish. They have 7 out of 9 left-handed hitters. To me, the chase is key. If you chase, you are in trouble. Intrigued to see the adjustments that Chicago makes early on in this ballgame.
And there you see the average against the Talons, significantly lower than what they did against the rest of the league, and 4 fewer runs per game. Can they change that? The key in Thursday's play-in win was the bottom of the order. They were phenomenal, and the motto today is traffic at the bottom and then damage done at the top. And that top right away will face Georgina Korek, 4-0 in her 2-year career against the Bandits.
And she has been sharp this season with the 37 innings that she has pitched. Just over a 1 ERA in this league is absolutely elite.
A member of the Great Britain national team will square off against one of the 10 players in this game that will be playing for the United States national team later this summer. And it's Skylar Wallace, the former All-American from Florida, who won the batting crown this year. Playing in just half of the games, she hit .500. Right back up the middle for a base hit.
It's a statement there by Skylar Wallace, and we will be getting into it all game long, going up against Georgina Korek and the left-handed hitters in this Bandits lineup. But a 2-strike hit is something that Skylar Wallace has done all year, finds a way on against one of the best pitchers in the league.
So Wallace aboard for the AUSL Hitter of the Year, Sammy Williams. A rare right-hander, in fact, just 2 in the lineup today. They went 0 for against Korek when the 2 teams met last weekend to close out the regular season, when Georgina got a win to grab the #1 seed. The Bandits did not have a hit off of Georgina with a runner on base 6 days ago.
And she pitched fantastic, pitched the complete game, only gave up 2 hits, no earned runs, but went the full 7 innings. And that's what she's done all year. When she has started a game, she's gone deep into the game, usually finishing what she starts. Tells you a lot about her stuff and how dynamic it is, the way that she hits corners off the plate, that she's able to go against these lineups 3 or 4 times and throw the complete game and get the win.
Sammy Williams didn't agree with that call for strike 2. Rips that one foul. Alex Leap is our home plate umpire. Don Brown, Scott Mayer, and Robbie Guest on the bases.
Yeah, so it's going to be important to see what this strike zone is early with Alex Leap. Already Georgina Korek is getting a little bit more off the edge with her changeup and with her screwball as well, because she paints the corners almost better than anybody in the league.
Pops it up to the left side. The shortstop, Hannah Flippen, is there. 1 down. Runner does not advance.
And she paints the corners with her screw and with her curve. Her screwball is so tough against both righties and lefties, but this changeup is one of the best in the league. She floats it in there, gets hitters out in front. Occasionally, she wants you to chase up in the zone with her rise ball, but it's her screw, curve, and changeup mix that sets hitters up to get out. It's a lot of pitch to contact action for Korek.
So here we go now with a run of 7 left-handers in the lineup for Chicago, and that pitch tailing away, Amanda. That's going to be the key. You've already touched on it a little bit. How does Chicago handle that?
Like that. That's the pitch. It's the pitch that Carly Hoover threw in the play-in game on Thursday for the Portland Cascade against this Bandits team. She had a no-hitter going into the 5th inning. But Korek, Montana Fouts, and Carly Hoover, 3 of the pitchers that do that against left-handed hitters better than anybody.
That's 3 in a row out there.
Georgina Korek will go to her screwball the most, but not by much more than her changeup at times this year. The changeup has been the pitch that she has used the most. Curveball and rise ball, really a 4-pitch mix for Georgina Korek.
Morgan Zirkle, the #3 hitter here. You see the very back of the batter's box. She is really deep. Pulls the outside pitch, and she'll be safe at first. nowhere for Bri Ellis to go, and a couple on with one out for their number 4 hitter.
Well, and this is why it's already a good sign for the Bandits. Skylar Wallace got a hit on one of those outside pitches, and this wasn't as pretty as Skylar Wallace's hit, but it will work. Infield single for Morgan Zirkle, who this Bandits lineup has speed all throughout, Zirkle included. She got down the line.
So here is Mac Barbara, back home where she played at Texas A&M. And a big moment early. 289 hitter with home run power. That one drifts foul. So they were held to just 2 hits last Sunday against Corrick and the Talons. They've already matched that here in the first 3 batters. Game 1, best of 3 to decide the AUSL championship.
And you know what it's like in these playoff games in the postseason, how important it is for teams to come through with runners in scoring position offensively. However, teams hitting against Georgina Corrick with runners in scoring position, hitting just 152 off of her this season.
Barbara, shallow, left center, and on the run is Coleman. And do they get the double play? Yes. Wallace was caught sneaking off a second.
That is a big, costly mistake early in this game, and you could not make this mistake against one of the best center fielders in the world. Jada Coleman covers all this ground easily, but it's a step toward third that cost Skylar Wallace. Double play to end the inning for Jada Coleman out in center field.
Gorgeous day, beautiful setup here at Davis Diamond on the campus of Texas A&M for game 1 of our AUSL championship, best 2 out of 3. The defending champs will now step to the plate here in the bottom of the first, led by Bri Ellis, this year's comeback player of the year, with that .450 on-base percentage after struggles last year. A huge turnaround for Bri, and they will face Lexi Kilfoyle, the former National Player of the Year out of Oklahoma State and a member of the U.S. national team.
And Lexi Kilfoyle has been a tremendous pro when she graduated from Oklahoma State. She is tough to hit because of this drop ball she'll work in there.
And she will face the 4-time national champion Oklahoma Sooner and a teammate of hers for Team USA, Jada Coleman. Only played the second half of the season and hit a home run in the Chicago series last weekend. Lofts that one out to left, and Bella Dayton is under it.
These Talon hitters will be looking to get underneath this Lexi Kilfoyle drop ball that she's able to throw at multiple different levels. She can throw it up in the zone and get you to chase it down. She'll also mix in a screwball hard into righties and away from the left-handed hitters. This off-speed curveball, though, is something that was giving Cascade hitters fits on Thursday night. Lexi Kilfoyle's changeup wasn't working, which is a pitch that she was really known for, her drop ball and her changeup. It wasn't working on Thursday night, so she went more to that off-speed curveball to help the Bandits win as she stepped into relief of Kat Sandercock in that game.
Here is Jadlyn Olchin, hit by the pitch. And the base runner here with 1 down. The all AUSL first teamer is aboard for Jordan Woolery, who will step in, the number 3 hitter. It will be fun to watch the adjustments, right, for the hitters and the pitchers, since they've seen each other quite a bit during the regular season. Backing up at second is Agbayani, and Ilana makes the play over to first. Olchin in the scoring position with 2 down.
Really, these hitters just seen Georgina Corrick and Lexi Kilfoyle just a little over a week ago. Yeah, the last regular season series, which, I mean, everything came down to the last regular season series for the Talons to be able to grab that #1 overall seed over the Bandits because they won.
and these are the moments, right, Amanda, for the Talons. They have struggled at times to score. They are only a 500 team the last 10 games. So with an opportunity right here to get on the board, big for Charlize Palacios, another member of the U.S. national team.
I think about how the games played out in the last championship, the inaugural championship in 2025. One-run games, low scoring. Game 2, which clinched it for the Talons, was a 1-0 game off of a Sydney Romero home run.
They have just one hit in their last 4 games, 1 for 22 with runners in scoring position. And early, a big moment for the defending champs.
Getting in that hitter's count, and then Lexi Guilfoyle just pounding a drop ball in the outside corner. And you have to think about, she stands at about 6'2", so when she throws that drop ball, it starts at a higher level than somebody like me who's 5'5". It has to start lower.
Wallace back, and that will fall. And Palacios delivers for Utah as Alchin, who reached on a hit by pitch, comes around to score, and it's 1-0.
Palacios is able to handle this pitch hard and in her hands, and she gets jammed, but Bella Dayton was playing so far back, and she just gave up on it. I thought that Bella Dayton had a chance to catch that. Skylar Wallace was going hard back for it too. Bella Dayton looked like she was just looking at Wallace like she might have a chance. I think Dayton had a chance to catch that in the air and get it out.
So how about that? They have already matched their RISP hits over the last 4 games, and they've done it here in the first inning. This is Bri Ellis, the comeback player of the year. And what a turnaround for her from a 186 hitter to a 353 hitter.
So much more power like we saw in her career at Arkansas. Remember, she started at Auburn and transferred to Arkansas, was the SEC and National Player of the Year.
She was the SEC's single season home run record holder until Kendall Wells showed up at OU this year. Down 1-2 to Guilfoyle.
Well, you knew it was going to be a different year for Bri in that first series of the year where these two teams played each other. She hit a home run in her first game, and you could just tell that that made her feel free at the plate. She worked hard in the offseason. She saw that hard work pay off immediately in the first game, in the first series. We're all together in 3 games. She hit 2 home runs.
Look at the jump there in the extra base hits from 1 to 10. It's a 25-game regular season. 6 teams in the league, so they play each other 5 times. So the cumulative numbers you won't see as gaudy as if you follow the college game, but a strikeout is a strikeout, and Lexi gets one there. Utah grabs the lead.
That free pass comes back to haunt the Bandits. Alchin got on it, a hit by pitch, and then Palacios comes through with a 2-out hit that just falls with miscommunication out in left field. A hit with runners in scoring position gives the Talons the lead.
Let's get to know Georgina Couric, the righty from South Florida. Last year's, or in college at USF, a National Pitcher of the Year, and then last year in the AUSL, undefeated and a champion and a Pitcher of the Year. And she's had a remarkable season already, a remarkable year, Amanda.
Yeah, she says she likes to take in softball, is how she calls it. 10 to 11 months out of the year. Started in January playing in Australia, coached in at Cornell. She's also pitched in Japan, now here in the AUSL. And even, we've mentioned that last game, the final regular season game that the Talons and the Bandits had, where Georgina threw the complete game, only gave up 2 hits. She had just flown in.
Erickson out to center. Had just flown in from where?
Peru. With the Great Britain national team where she was competing. She flew in, I believe, that morning and then threw the complete game where she only gave up 2 hits. And she's just been incredible. I feel like she's one of the more underrated pitchers in our game. Maybe because she went to USF. I don't know. But didn't pitch in the Women's College World Series like so many of our pitching stars. But she herself is an absolute rock star in the circle.
Facing Mary Jacopo here, and number 6 in the lineup for the Bandits. So she plays for Great Britain because she was actually born in England. And just a few months spent there. Most of her life has been in Florida, around the Orlando area, and then over to Tampa for college. Played for former Team USA head coach Ken Erickson. And really exemplifies it, the life of a softball player for, well, forever. And the hope here, the AUSL can get a foothold as a professional league and continue to expand and grow the game. But for years, you had to travel the world and play for national teams to get better and better, to get those kinds of experiences.
Yeah, the experience that she's had in Australia and Japan, and even after this summer, she'll go back to finish her year in Japan.
And it's a great start here in the first couple of years that the AUSL can create a home in the United States for all the players that we've grown up on in the college game. Full count here to Jacopo, who starred at Texas. Swing and a miss. And it's the first strikeout for Korick. 2 down.
Change-up before the strikeout pitch, and then a change-up as the strikeout pitch. This is one of Korick's best strikeout pitches. Her curve and her change-up have gotten her the most strikeouts this year. She lives on the corners, lives in between, or in that river area in between the batter's box and home plate. Does not give in on the plate much.
And I can speak to the fact, you know, just the ability to go from Australia in January, where it was 110, to upstate New York in February, where I grew up, and it was probably 10 degrees. They're now facing Taryn Kern. Started her collegiate career at Indiana, then the last 2 years at Stanford. And she was the hero for the Bandits with a couple of RBI hits in extra innings on Thursday to keep their hopes alive before Ilana Agbayani, who's in the on-deck circle, walked it off with a game-winning base hit as they beat Portland 6-5 in 11 innings, the longest game played in the 2-year history of this league.
The bottom of the order for the Bandits really stepped up in that game, and a lot of rookies down there with Jocelyn Erickson, Taryn Kern, Ilana Agbayani, who had the game-winning hit.
I love what Shonda Stanton called these guys. We need traffic at the bottom and damage at the top if we're going to win the championship. Full count here, and pulled foul.
And you'll notice a lot of these left-handed hitters, and really Taryn Kern in particular, getting right on top of the plate, trying to take away the outside corner from Georgina Korick. I mean, it's the same thing that Taryn Kern did against Carly Hoover in the play-in game. She is not scared to toe up the line and make it tough for a pitcher to come inside. She wants to take away the outside corner.
And lined back up the middle and gloved by Hannah Flippen. A 1-2-3 inning for the Talons in a 1-0 lead. The AUSL is sponsored by Sephora. The AUSL timeline in this second full season with Kim Ng, the AUSL commissioner, after she spent some time in Major League Baseball, so that's a perfect segue into MLB announcing a partnership last summer. 4 teams in the league a year ago, and the Talons beat the Bandits in the finals. And now 2 more teams added in Oklahoma City and Portland. A play-in game as 3 teams made the playoffs on Thursday. Chicago, the team here in light blue, beat the Cascade to get into the finals against Utah, the top seed in the tournament. They had the bye, even though these 2 teams tied for first, regular season co-champs, but the Talons here, the team at the plate, dominated head-to-head. Savannah Jaquish will lead things off at 6-7-8.
Well, and having the home fields was such a difference maker. Last year, the 4 teams, we just traveled all over the country, a barnstorming tour that was played in all different states against each other, but adding 2 teams, having home markets in 6 different states, it's been tremendous. Crowds have been fantastic. The competition and athleticism of these women have been amazing to watch.
20 sellouts this year of the 75 games. A third of the games decided by a single run. There's been plenty of drama. Right back at Kilfoyle, who snags it backhanded. 1 down.
Just hit off the end of the bat. Tough pitch to handle, but remember, Lexi Kilfoyle is pretty tall, standing over 6 foot, so has to go down and get this off the end of the bat. Drive right back at her.
Here's Caroline Jacobson. Gets the start today as the DP out of Tallahassee after a collegiate career at Clemson. She was involved in last year's inaugural draft. There's been pro softball around for a while, so some of these guys are new to the pros, to the AUSL. Some have been, you know, playing professionally for the last decade or so in different iterations, and the AUSL by far taking a big leap forward in all aspects of the sport. And a terrific showcase here in front of a sellout crowd at Davis Diamond at Texas A&M.
Just feeling like we have a professional league now that feels sustainable, and the investment and support in all aspects of the league are second to none. Nothing compares to what is happening in the AUSL.
And it's not just with the organization, with the head coaches, that they have really made an investment. Like the 2 GMs of these teams, Lisa Fernandez and Jenny Dalton-Hill, 2 of the legendary players of the game, staying involved in the sport, as obviously Lisa coaching at UCLA and Jenny working with us on the ESPN networks and ABC. A full count here to Jacobson with 1 down.
And they had that UCLA-Arizona rivalry, and now a little
did.
rivalry is forming in the AUSL between them too, between the Talons and Bandits, as we have a rematch here from last year's finals. So this consistency starts to happen, and they're meeting up and playing each other in these intense games. You can just feel the rivalry happening.
History of the college game, of course. Last 2 championships for Texas. Prior to that, an Oklahoma dynasty. But it was UCLA in the 80s and Arizona in the 90s that dominated the sport, as Kilfoyle now has struck out 2 of the last 3.
This off-speed curveball has made hitters look silly this week. Caroline Jacobson striking out on that pitch. Look at this pitch move away from her. It's dropped down to 59 miles an hour from her normal 67, 68.
Her teammate Skylar Wallace yesterday called it disgusting. Which I think is a step better than dirty, which is usually the adjective you hear with a great pitch. Disgusting.
That's how you know you've been around this sport as long as there's different levels of the adjectives that the pitches are described, and you just know them.
Here's Hannah Flippin. She was last year's best defender in the league. Real versatile talent that plays with Team USA.
Just a leader, stepping up in the team meetings or talking to her yesterday. She has a big voice. They look to her as the leader on the infield, the leader in the clubhouse. So much experience from Hannah Flippin. All different levels of her game.
Just tap that to protect. Nice for her, too, to represent the Utah Talons. Of course, she played collegiately at Utah. They play their games in Salt Lake City. Chicago in suburban Rosemont, out by O'Hare. jammed.
I've seen some good swings, though, early off of these pitchers for how dominant Georgina Korick and Lexi Guilfoyle have been in the regular season and in their pro careers. You could tell these hitters are prepared early against them. I'm interested to see how the second time through the lineup goes with the foul balls and the way that they're seeing the ball early off of runs happening.
Just one swing and miss so far for Lexi. Oh, you heard it from the dugout. You're a pro hitter. Let's go. She talked to us, as did Cindy Ball Malone, their head coach. Mission from day one was to win the championship. They have been all together, all in to repeat. And there's another swing and miss for Lexi, trying her best to get the Bandits a first championship.
2 swings and misses in that inning, both on strikeouts and both on the off-speed curveball that is moving early in this game.
College Station, Texas, game 1, best of 3 for the AUSL championship. Talons over the Bandits 1-0. Bandits head coach Shonda Stanton says she wants to see some traffic this inning. We know that because she's wearing a microphone today. Let's listen in as she takes that third base coach's box.
Come on, Bella!
Bella would be Bella Dayton, the leadoff hitter. 8, 9, and 1
Go,
coming up.
Dayton, come on! Hey, you're all right. Back in. Come on, come on. Tempo, tempo. Hey, nothing hurt. It's down a little bit. Tempo, tempo. Good, Bella, good. Win this even count. Here we go, Bella. Dig, yeah, Bella, all day. Go, yeah. Yeah. Hey, we'll take that.
This is this short game that the Bandits have that is just so good, especially down here at the bottom of the order with Bella Dayton and Ilana Agbayani, who both hit left-handed, both can go to their slap, their short game, and use their speed. Bella Dayton's so quick down the line. And it's this punch of power that the Bandits have and the speed that Shonda Stanton loves to coach with this offense.
All right, they got some traffic. Let's see what Agbayani can do.
Come on, Lana. Way to get traffic. Good job, Bella. On time. Right here, right here, right here. Down, down.
Out-recorded it first.
That's good team softball.
You're darn right it is, Coach. Advances
Yes,
the runner.
Lane. Good team softball.
Especially for who's coming up in the order now to see Georgina Korick's second time through.
Yeah. We're going.
In the offseason, she's the head coach at Indiana.
Do you, Sky? Hey, we're going. Come on. On time.
That's the advancement of the pro game. We can now call their college careers the offseason.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Hit batter. 2 on. More traffic. And here comes the hitter of the year in the league.
The aggressor. One window. Be late on the firm. Hard on the soft. Come on.
Talking about
Hey, here we go. Here we go.
late on the soft, just letting that off-speed pitch or the changeup that Georgina Korick throws, let it travel.
Stay the aggressor, right? Okay. We're hard on the soft. We're a little late on the firm, so they're the same result. Gotta get traffic, man. Is that gonna make you smile a little bit now? I feel like I gotta take your head and go bam, 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 right? Yeah? Hey, you all right, dude? We can't have our moneymaker be all like, let me rub that thing. Okay. All right, hey, we're being smart here. We're not getting doubled up, checking outfield every pitch. We're running her, but you keep your eye on her. I'll be down the line if I hold her up, okay? We all good? But we're running, yeah? Because Sam and Slammy here gonna do her thing. Everyday hero. We're not trying to be a hero. You're just the everyday hero. Just do you. Don't worry about me over here.
And a nickname is born. Slammin' Sammy stepping up with 2 on.
It's something that Shauna Stanton said in the play-in game. She felt like everybody was stepping up, trying to be the hero instead of just the everyday hero.
Straight. They don't get you here left side.
Being able to
Straight.
execute.
Come on, Sammy. Good, good. Yeah, eyes down, eyes down. Good. That's it, eyes down.
Big key for them today was play clean. They have already
Hey, she likes to throw, yeah? Hey, Alex, she likes to throw.
One base running error already in the game.
Ooh, that's the one. Hey, you get you some barrel. Nothing hurt. Nothing hurt.
A 593
You
hitter
get the
this
one
year.
you like, Sammy.
Runner in
Nothing
scoring
hurt.
position.
Get a big jump, Bella. Good. That's good. Eyes down. Good job.
Eyes down, laying off the rise.
See her. Don't run her off.
You see that Georgina Koric is just working hard and
Toughness.
inside
Toughness.
to Sammy Williams
We're
with
with
this
you
screw
here.
ball on all different levels.
Come on, Sammy. Yeah, hit her, hit her, hit her. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Second of the inning to load the bases.
Proud of you, dude. Your mama get you a squirt gun? Where is she? Look at her having fun. Isn't this a great moment? You having fun? All right. That's what I want the rest of the game, all right? Enjoy this. It's going to go quick. FTK for all these kids in the stands here.
That's Bella Dayton
Hey,
over at third.
not anything here. Check.
Wallace and Williams aboard for
Hey,
Morgan
just a little
Zirkle.
single here. Hey, just a little single, yeah? Yeah. Hey, be late. Be late. Hey, you got some room to give. You got some room.
One of their best hitters this year against the Talons.
Good. Eyes down. Can Koffel see me? Is Koffel looking at me or no? I want her to see if Zirkle has some room to give. Can you tell? Can she smother a little bit more? Yeah.
So Erin Koffel, their best hitter this season, who's out
If you
hurt,
got
is
some
in the
room,
dugout
if you
looking
got some
on.
room.
Coach is
Hey,
talking
it's on
about
your
smothering
read, right?
the
You're
plate,
1-2
getting
off hard,
closer to
1-2
the
back.
plate
We don't get doubled up here.
so they can reach the outside
Hey,
pitch.
around her. Tag.
A little looper out to center. Coleman
Draw.
under it, moving towards the plate, and the throw
He's in there.
offline, and it's not handled by Palacios.
Yeah, Bella.
And Dayton
Yeah, she's
able
safe.
to slide in safely to tie up the game.
You know, Georgina Koric threw Zirkle a changeup, which in my opinion let her off the hook a little bit from not having to deal with the screwball on the outside pitch. So she was able to get barrel to it just off the end of the bat. They challenged Jada Coleman. This Bandits team is going to be aggressive, even against a center fielder like Jada Coleman. They want to make this Talons defense make a play. And because they pushed the envelope with the speed of Bella Dayton, who got on with her speed alone, they're going to tie up this game. Charlize Palacios not able to hold on to it once it bounced into her glove, and clearly not able to make the tag.
That is gutsy, going up against the probable
pitch. She loves
starter
to
for the
throw, yeah?
United States in center field in Los Angeles in a couple of years. And we are all square at one apiece. The mic's still on Shonda
Got
Stanton,
two
the
down
head
on
coach.
contact here. Two down on contact.
Two in scoring
Good.
position for
Oh.
Barbara.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, you have some room, yeah? Come on, smother. Come on, give yourself another inch.
Again, she
Come
wants
on,
to
give
make it
yourself another inch.
right on top of the plate, even more than what Barbara is doing right now. Because of that pitch, I
Good
would
reach.
not go away from that pitch if I was Koric against these lefties until they prove that they can hit it. Don't even throw a changeup
Yeah, I
in
did,
there.
thank you.
Continue with this screwball away from her until the lefties prove that they can hit it.
This is Koric's count.
Good hold. Great job.
That's a great take.
Hey, another inch. Another inch.
She's pushing her to it. Here's the thing, Beth. When you're a
Hey, we're
hitter,
going,
that
Sammy.
1 inch feels
On the
like
swing,
1
let's
foot
get
that you're
moving.
getting more on top of the plate. It's very
Well, pitch,
uncomfortable.
get in there.
And does not get it away. Swing and miss. Tied at 1. Thanks, Shonda. That was awesome.
Hey, new ball game.
Earlier today, straight from the toy box, Jesse and Woody from Disney and Pixar's Toy Story joined youth softball players from across the country for a parade on the field to celebrate this year's AUSL championship. They also joined Paisley Woods, who was on the mound for her special first pitch moment. She and her sister, unable to throw because of the broken arm, but we're going to see her again soon one day. She and her family are heading home with some Toy Story goodies for more family playtime ahead, and you can find Toy Story products at major retailers. Packed house here at Davis Diamond in College Station for Game 1, best of 3 at the AUSL Championships. I'm Beth Mowens, along with Hall of Famer here at A&M, Amanda Scarborough, and our former Canadian Olympian, D-Lo with the Velo, Danielle Laurie, our field analyst. Rematch of last year's final, won by the team in green and cream. And we are all even at 1 apiece. Right back to Lexi Kilfoyle, 1 down as she gets Aaliyah Andrews, and here comes the top of the order now. Amanda, you were talking about what's going to change in the circle, what's going to change in the batter's box second time through.
And I think they're going to have to start dealing with this off-speed curveball from Lexi Kilfoyle. They talked about the strategy of scoop and score, which usually you hear about in football, but that was going to be the game plan for these hitters to go up against the Lexi Kilfoyle drop ball, trying to get underneath it. When you have that mindset to hit the bottom of the ball as a hitter going up against a drop ball, usually it can turn into, or oftentimes it can turn into a line drive to make the adjustment against her drop. We'll see if they can figure out that off-speed curve and pick it up out of her hand. A lot of swings and misses this week with that pitch.
So here comes Coleman, flew out to left field her first time up. Love not only the mechanics of these moments, but I'm going to bring in Danielle Laurie as well, and you two former pitchers who Ray can talk about the mind games that go on. The more you see one another in these moments, as they're going to get Jada to ground out here. Danielle?
I mean, to me, the biggest adjustment is seeing what those hitters are doing against you. That first time through the lineup, recognizing, yeah, they were able to get 1 run off me, but besides that, I think she's done a good job of continuing to get ahead. And when she utilizes her off speed, that's the difference maker. So it's not necessarily about Lexi Kilfoyle having to make a big adjustment the second time through, but I see how they approach. Are they swinging a little bit earlier? And what are they doing? But right now, I mean, this is a tie ball game. I don't think she has to change a whole lot up.
After allowing the run in the first, she's retired 6 in a row, 3 of those by strikeout.
Well, maybe mix in, there's a change up there, Danielle, which she didn't feel great about in the play-in game, so she went more to that off-speed curveball and that just this drop ball. Like, Lexi Kilfoyle is going to throw her drop ball on both sides of the plate, and the Talons have to figure out a way to hit that one that is a little bit more up in the zone. And I think that can sound easier because it's a drop ball, it's up in the zone, it looks like a more hittable pitch, but it's difficult for them to get their barrels to a drop ball that is up in the zone in 68.
Right back to Kilfoyle, and she's rolling right now. So we've mic'd up a coach. How about a microphone on a player? And one of the best ever in the outfield, Jada Coleman. Bring in the juice when we come back. To the track again, to the wall, and it's robbed. Jada Coleman brings the home run ball back.
Oh my goodness! What a play by Jada Coleman! You will not find a better grab anywhere.
Outstanding web gems we're watching, Jada, from your collegiate glory days and even a few earlier this year in the AUSL, and we welcome in the starting center fielder out there for the Talons. Wearing the microphone for us here for this half inning.
Jada, what were the game day vibes like for your first AUSL championship game today?
SJ! Hold on. Can you turn this up? I can't hear you, Amanda.
we heard you. SJ is Savannah Jaquish, the second baseman.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I can't hear you guys.
You got us now?
All right, something about game day today.
What were your game day vibes like today for your first AUSL championship?
Really exciting. I had a lot of butterflies. And kind of remind me of World Series low-key. I told you at the World Series, I had to scream first pitch to get the butterflies out. So how to do that today.
But you've done this 4 times before in a championship and won them all. Still get the butterflies. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I still get the butterflies. I can't believe I just keep getting on championship teams. Like, I don't, it's unreal. Go flip. Yes.
2 down.
Unreal on how I'm just, you know, I'm just here.
I would guess your teammates might say that you have a lot to do with that. What is your approach to being so competitive and having that winning mentality?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of my teammates would say I bring a different perspective to the game. I'm very free, very loose. I feel like my leadership is a little bit different. I'm a lot like fun, outgoing. Like, you know what, like whatever happens, happens. Like for me, faith-wise, it's already written. Like he already had me written I was gonna get out twice. So, you know, I can't do anything about it. But just go out there and have fun and play free. Good.
Jada, there's already 2 quick outs, but you're in the box against
Sorry,
Lexi.
I can't hear you.
You're in the box against Lexi Kilfoyle in this game. What are you seeing from
I
her?
can't hear you guys. I'm over, Jadelyn. Yeah, twos. Yes.
Good communication with her fellow outfielders.
You got me, Jada?
Oh, maybe they're done talking to me. I don't know. Oh, now I can hear you guys. Yeah, twos. Good.
Jada, you're in the box against Lexi Kilfoyle in this game.
I don't
What
turn this thing up.
what are you seeing from her so far?
All right, we're just going to let her talk, I think.
Oh,
Yep.
I hear. Okay, now I can hear. I turned you up a little bit. Yeah, too late.
Too late.
Sorry. Hi, guys.
She really needs to be more energetic, I feel like.
Yes, it was a great inning.
Tied at 1 here in game 1. Jada Coleman.
Okay, it's just a laxative. How scary could it be?
Honey, relax. It's Miralax. It works with the water in your body for gentle relief.
Relax, it's Miralax. For more fiber per serving than any other gummy, try Mirafiber.
When Saturday rolls around, I don't want to jump through hoops to watch college football. Good thing DirecTV makes it easy to keep up with my favorite college teams. No hopping between apps or channels.
Stream college football without the hurdles on DirecTV.
America, put down the burgers and pick up Arby's cheesesteak with 100% Angus steak and melty Cooper cheese. It's the best cheese. It's the best meat. It's only available at
Arby's. We have the meat.
We got a good one for you tonight. You'd be horrified to see your partner use your toothbrush clean what?
Your booty.
Celebrity Family Feud, Thursday on ABC.
It's my pleasure to announce the very first AUSL golden ticket of the 2026 draftee class, Najee Kennedy.
This is one of the coolest things that we get to do is to be able to see dreams come true.
With the #1 overall pick, Harlan Pickens.
Pro wasn't exactly a really big thing back when I was younger.
But now with the AUSL, there's another level.
In the college game, the sport is just at an all-time high.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Megan Grant! I didn't think a ball could go that far.
It can indeed go that far when it's off of Megan Grant's bat. Look at these 2 youngsters. They were playing till 4 a.m. this morning and then here on time for the local noon first pitch. But there have been sellouts everywhere, especially at the expansion team out in Portland. The viewership is way up. There's a lot of merch flying off the shelves. The second season of AUSL, Athletes Unlimited Softball League. The Talons, the team here in cream and green, were the champions in the inaugural season over the team in blue, the Chicago Bandits. And we are tied 1-1 in game 1, best of 3 for this year's title.
Talking about those golden tickets, Jordan Woolring got one of those golden tickets. The golden tickets have taken the country by storm the last 2 years since they've been doing them 2 years in a row, handing the golden tickets out to seniors at their home fields, and that means that they're going to be drafted once you get a golden ticket.
So you get a golden ticket, and then the draft is after that. So you don't know the position you'll be in or the team you're going to. Carlin Pickens was the #1 pick coming out of college this year.
You just tell that, I mean, this league is growing like crazy. People are watching it, and it's spreading like wildfire, especially playing their season just days after the Women's College World Series ended. So these rookies, like Jordan Woolery, who were competing in Oklahoma City, were in Oklahoma City, and then days later playing professionally with their new teams. And so many of the rookies had the top jersey sales, like Carlin Pickens, Reese Atwood, Nyjah Kennedy, and Megan Grant.
Reese Atwood from Texas, back-to-back national championships with the Longhorns, and this year's Rookie of the Year in the league. And here's Jordan Woolery, who, alongside Megan Grant at UCLA, one of the most dynamic duos, teammates in the history of our sport. And it's great to be able to follow their journey from UCLA and now into the AUSL. And ultimately, for some of these players, on to the Olympics in a couple of years, which should be a fabulous springboard for future growth of AUSL. And the popularity of the sport continues to climb, and Woolery, base hit back up the middle. Lead things off here for the heart of the order. Well, tomorrow it's game 2 of our AUSL Championship Series from right here in College Station, 2 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. That is expected to be Montana Fouts against Kat Sandercock. One of the other cool things about this league is they actually send out projected starting pitchers for the weekend or for a series. They get their lineups in like Major League Baseball first thing in the morning. It would be lovely to see the college game follow suit. I'm just tossing that out there.
Feels good,
Can
right?
I get an amen?
It's the best. So projected starters for tomorrow's game are Kat Sandercock for the Bandits and then Montana Fouts for the Talons. Be a good one.
Yeah, Fouts was last year's Game 2 winner, which won the title for the Talons. So for the first time, a leadoff aboard here for Utah. Their run came in the first on the RBI single from Charlize Palacios, who coincidentally is now stepping into the batter's box.
Well, the Talons talked about, too, wanting to put the ball in play against this Bandits defense. They did not look sharp on Thursday night.
Palacios goes short game to sacrifice the runner over to second. And build a big moment for Bree Ellis. They cashed in on their first big scoring opportunity in the first inning with a clutch RBI, and now it's Ellis's turn to match it. Struck out on a rise ball her first time up against Guilfoyle. Got a pinch runner out at second, Kaylee Wyckoff. Bree, who stepped away from the game after last season, rested, added a sports psychologist, has come back with a new attitude, a new approach. Has always, Amanda, been very meticulous in her preparation. And she said, you know what, I had to loosen the reins just a little bit. I still love to write everything down and check out all the analytics and stats, but not living and dying with every at-bat.
Letting go the need to be perfect. She figured out that every swing doesn't have to feel perfect or be perfect to get the job done. And I mean, she said too that the belief that her general manager, Lisa Fernandez, has in her went a long way in the off season and working with her throughout the spring.
Down 0-2 here. That's that one by. Yeah, Lisa was teary-eyed. She was emotional talking about Ellis's improvement has a chance to take the lead right here. Jammed her and may have ricocheted off of her. There's Lisa looking on, her longtime friend and buddy from UCLA, Kirk Walker.
It's Lisa's idea to work with that sports psychologist that you mentioned, has just been in Bree's ear, just reminding her that there's a reason that Lisa Fernandez drafted her last season as a rookie, and that belief in her never went away. And you could just tell it did wonders in the offseason for Brie Ellis's confidence entering this season.
Another 1-2 from Kilfoyle. Ellis biding her time, looking for her pitch. Wyckoff is the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the fourth in game one. And got under it. Agbayani back on the grass, 2 down.
And this off-speed curveball from Lexi Kilfoyle is just treacherous to go up against. Continuing to throw that, even when Brie Ellis is on the drop ball on both sides of the plate, able to go to it to get just soft contact off the end of the barrel. That's a pitch I think that she had at Oklahoma State a little bit, but she didn't throw it as much. I think she's really mastered that pitch and an in-between speed between her drop ball and her changeup.
Facing Savannah Jaquish. Savannah hit .357 the last month of the season, and she has reached base in 17 of her last 18 games. Ooh, there's a rocket right past Coach Bear, as they call him.
When it looked to me like she was looking and selling out for the inner half, she stepped open big time toward third base on that swing to try to get her barrel down to that Lexi Kilfoyle inside drop ball. Hit it hard too, 70 plus off of her bat.
Yanks that one down the line and foul off the wall in left field.
And these are the swings like Danielle was talking about, that you stick with your best stuff until a team proves that they're making adjustments against it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a home run or a hit that goes up the middle of the field. These swings are telling you something as a pitcher, and it goes back to the first foul ball off of her bat. You could tell she was looking for the inner half.
1-2 from Kilfoyle. You know, both of the coaches talked about, you get to this level, and the one thing that the pro game is bringing is a high softball IQ. They're not driven by numbers. They're all about the situation, where their feet find them at any given moment. Jaquish drives that out to center, but there is room for Morgan Zirkle, and that ends the threat. Kilfoyle puts it down, still even at 1 apiece, 3-4.
Bandits had a chance early in this game, but a base running mistake by Skylar Wallace worked them into a Jada Coleman double play. They were threatening to score first early in this game, but then Charlize Palacios stepped up with a runner in scoring position, missed opportunity for an out. Just looked like miscommunication between Dayton and Wallace out on the left side, and then a sacrifice fly tied up the game for the Bandits. Not even a deep one, a shallow one, but Bella Dayton's speed got her on, and it got her to score to tie up this game.
There is our pitching duel going on right now. Kilfoyle is retired 12 of 15. Corrick 11 of the 16 that she has faced in our 1-1 game as we head to the 5th inning. 8-9-1. This is the group that started the rally for the Bandits, playing small ball, and they'll try and do the same thing. Bella Dayton aboard for the second time.
It's all about where she bunts this ball. It's off the end of her bat. She is challenging the rookie of Jordan Woolery, saying, try to get me out. She's even playing halfway up the line, Jordan Woolery is, but Bella Dayton is so confident in her bunt and her speed and the touch of that bunt, knowing she can get to first base. Bella Dayton already in this game being a spark for this Bandits team on offense.
All right, Agbayani sacrificed her over the first time up. Will she do it again here? Yes, she will. And she is effective once again. So the go-ahead run out at second base for the top of the order. And this year's batting champion, Skylar Wallace, has singled and been hit by a pitch. Clips the outside corner.
Yeah, we talk about hitting the screwball away from these lefties, but when she's getting her changeup against them about a ball off the plate, it just makes it even tougher to get that screw too.
Thursday in the play-in win, she walked 3 times, had an RBI. She had a game a couple of weeks ago, a 5-hit game that included 3 home runs. She can hit it anywhere in the park, and she can hit it out. And Court gets her to pop it up in foul territory. Big get there, 2 down. Not out of the woods yet, though, with this year's hitter of the year, slamming Sammy Williams stepping in. A pop-up and a hit by pitch for Sammy. Court calls the timeout. It's a 15-second pitch clock in the pros. So it's a little bit quicker between tosses in the AUSL. Keeps the game moving.
So tough, you know, with Court pitching, because she's able to throw it a ball off the plate on both sides. So as a hitter, you're going up, picking one side of the plate to hit against her. She worked Sammy Williams hard in her last hit bat with a hit by pitch. And now she's clearly going away. A couple of curves on that side and then a changeup that just follows the same tunnel out of her hand as the curveball did on the outside corner. And as a hitter, it's difficult to pick up.
Yeah, she talked a lot yesterday about the mind games, about the adjustments from at-bat to at-bat. We've seen so many complete games this year, and a tip of the cap to the pitchers for making the right moves as they get deeper into games. 1-2, and that will get out of play. Nice grab.
Because you know what's interesting, Beth, about Georgina Quirk? She doesn't have the best spin in the league. She doesn't have the most vertical break or horizontal break, but she has such great command that that's her superpower. That's how she continually gets outs.
Well, Amanda, I wanted to ask you, coming from the pitcher's perspective on my end, facing 7 lefties can kind of be daunting, right? Like, you can spin that curveball, but when you face a righty, even though Sammy Williams is the best hitter in the league, it almost feels like a relief a little bit that you're getting a right-handed hitter up to kind of work something tailing away a little bit more.
Williams jacks, but foul.
Yeah, and I'm with you on the relief feeling. Danielle is a right-handed pitcher. You grow up facing more righties than left-handed hitters, and you just are more comfortable throwing into the righties, throwing away from them. But I will say, I do think there is a comfortability level when you face 7 left-handed hitters in a lineup. You just get comfortable throwing to them, where maybe it feels uncomfortable to throw against a righty in this lineup because of that.
Yeah, I was speaking on, like, I feel like I remember facing Japan in the Olympics, and it's like you're literally facing 7, 8 lefties in a row, which you have to love going in. You have to be comfortable establishing the inside part of the plate. I would remember facing a righty, taking a big, deep breath.
And a punch out for Coric, called strike 3. As she takes care of the righty in the order.
The changeup freezes her. She's able to throw this pitch on both sides of the plate and paint the corners. This is an inside one. She gets the call, and Coric works out of it.
Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series.
This is as big as the event has ever been.
12 strikeouts tonight.
Find the glove!
It is out of here!
The competition has definitely elevated. The best is yet to come.
And the Little League Softball World Series from Greenville, North Carolina begins August 2nd on ESPN. We've got some former Little Leaguers in the house with us and out on the field today. Montana Fouts and Kat Sandercock, the likely starters in Game 2 tomorrow. And Lexi Kilfoyle, well, we're watching her work her magic in the circle right now for the Bandits. And will it be a big moment for the Danielle Laurie Locke family? Her daughter Madison will be there with these Snohomish Little Leaguers. 34K in 18 innings following in Mama's big footsteps. She's known as D-Lo with the velo, but this week she is just Mom. And what a big moment for mom and daughter and family this weekend. Does she have the velo of her mother? That's my first question to Danielle.
I don't know about that, Beth. But I will say, I mean, the run that little team was able to have and how cool it was from the mom perspective, I felt so lucky to be able to be up in the booth. It almost took the pressure off of me and what I feel sometimes when your kid is a pitcher.
Golfed out to left. Jacobson retired.
I also think, too, you don't realize how hard it is to even get there, to get to a regional, and then to win that and be a part of that less than 1% that get to go experience a Little League World Series, ESPN, and what they're able to do to showcase these kids. It is absolutely incredible, and I know how excited, obviously, all our parent group is, but more importantly, this is a once in a lifetime these kids are getting to experience.
There's a base hit for Hannah Flippin with one down. Amanda?
Danielle, she pitches just like you. Is that on purpose?
No, and it's crazy because everyone always does ask that. Like when you start to teach, I think genetics sometimes just play a factor, and you don't necessarily, that is definitely not what I teach. And we have the same body type, trying to instill a little mentality. We're still working on that, but I think the coolest part about your kid when they choose to maybe be a pitcher is like trying to teach them the things you wish you would have known at that age, right, Amanda? Like, you know, you seem to learn so much the older you get in the sport. So what can we help these athletes understand? Maybe that's not always necessarily just throwing the pitch, the mindset, the in-between, the hard, and loving that part.
Yeah, the passion to bring to the sport. Aaliyah Andrews did as a youngster, played Little League. Just for perspective, Danielle Laurie, winner of the 2009 National Championship at Washington, threw every pitch to guide the Huskies to the Natty that year. And then, of course, Olympic glory with Team Canada. So a cool moment with her daughter at the World Series this year. And her debut as a field analyst today, by the way. Crushing that too. We've got a 1-1 game here, bottom 5. It's game 1, best of 3. The Talons beat the Bandits for the championship in 2 games last year. They have the go-ahead run on base. Just 2 opportunities today with a runner in scoring position. They cashed it in the first, missed a chance in the 4th.
And this Lexi Kilfoyle drop ball that we keep talking about, that the vertical movement down is 11 to 12 inches is how much that drop ball moves down.
Out to left, and Bella Dayton was well placed. 2 down. Tomorrow, it's the Flag Football Championships coming your way from Westfield, Indiana. 4 Eastern on ABC, the Disney Networks, and streaming on the ESPN app. Boy, what a big day tomorrow, the Flag Football Championships. You got game 2 of our championship series. You got Women's Soccer League action, pro soccer. Of course, you got the WNBA All-Star game tonight on ABC. Coleman keeping Dayton busy. And a runner left on base in a 1-1 game.
Got ourselves a little pitcher's duel between Kilfoyle and Korek. Lexi Kilfoyle getting the start for the Bandits and being able to use that off-speed curveball effectively to complement her drop ball that we know she is going to throw on any given day. And then Georgina Korek continuing to paint corners against these left-handed hitters, being able to go in, out, and change speed so well, even striking out Sammy Williams, the hitter of the year, looking with the runner in scoring position. 7 strikeouts combined between these two pitchers today.
Boy, almost exactly the same numbers for Lexi and Georgina as we head to the 6th. Bandits were involved in an extra inning game on Thursday just to reach the finals. Played in the longest game in AUSL history, a walk-off in the 11th. And they will bring up their 3, 4, 5 hitters here. Morgan Zirkle, a single and a sac fly, driving in their lone run in the 3rd to score Bella Dayton. Ground ball to second. Jake wishes there, and let's bring in our field analyst, Danielle Laurie.
Well, it was less than 2 weeks ago when the Talons were playing in Portland and Montana Fouts got lifted from the game in the 4th inning. Was having a little bit of struggle. I talked to Sydney Ball Malone the next day. She said, we're going to take on the ownership as a coaching staff and start calling pitches. Charlize tends to usually do that. We want to take a little bit of that pressure off, and she's been doing that ever since. I also love today she made mention, these athletes don't even know the data and the analytics. And in a world where I know that is a big deal, Montana Fouts doesn't care spin rate. That doesn't measure the dog in the circle, and that hit home, man, when she said that.
That phrase just gets you, doesn't it? Because it's just so true. It's just this competitiveness. And Danielle, you saw that measure of a dog in the circle after she got hit a little bit. And then she was able to rebound in that last regular season series and just take over the game. And that's Montana Fouts at her finest, knowing that she didn't have her best starts a couple before that. But hey, that's not me. I'm better than that. I'm going to make the adjustments with the pitch calling and my mindset, whatever it is, to have a huge win at the end of the season.
Well, and Danielle, I think it'll be interesting to watch here with the added pressure of trying to win game 1. If the bullpens are utilized a little more, we're seeing tons of activity. Even Fouts, who would be the starter tomorrow, might show up.
And I think, too, with the parity of these hitters, you know it has to be a short leash. But what I love the most was the response by Montana Fouts against the Bandits game 1. Did they lose an absolute heartbreaker? Amanda, do you know what that's like? It's so hard, but to me it's about the response. How do you respond after that struggle? She was honestly at her best. They lost on a walk-off squeeze play. Not normal all the time, but man, as a pitcher, that is so key, because that just shows your teammates you are never laying off the gas.
Well, I think that this Talons team is built different. Even Hannah Flippen and the players will tell you they're the leaders for them. Hannah Flippen aside, is their pitching staff. They are big leaders on a team, which is just not your normal thing for a pitcher or the pitchers to be the big leaders on the team. Usually it's a field player.
You guys are always involved in your own little heads most of the time, you pitchers. So that is kind of unique, kind of cool. Of course, this is the top 3 that are back together for the 2nd year in a row. It's the best pitching staff against the best hitting team throughout the season in AUSL. Erickson, a former National Player of the Year and a 2-time Gold Glove winning catcher in college, playing first base today. And Korek will get her 1, 2, 3 inning. Time is getting short. Outs. Almost you can count on one hand here in game 1. The AUSL is sponsored by Miralax. use as directed. Game one of our best of three for the championship. And how about that lineup right there? Natasha Watley, Jenny Finch, and the commissioner, Kim Ng, all on hand this weekend for the finals.
Got the best seats in the house, those seats that are right behind home plate here at Davis Diamond.
They have done it right at Texas A&M with this softball stadium. And Jadlyn Alchin is the go-ahead run to lead things off in the bottom of the sixth. If they score here, they would be 3 outs away from taking the series opener. Second time she's been aboard, and here comes Jordan Woolery, who singled her last time up. Puts the sacrifice down. So far, the execution of the short game for both sides has been on point.
Yeah, on Thursday night, the play-in game, we had a runner at second base to start the extra innings, and the bunting was not on, was not great on Thursday night. This is much better.
And it is the heart of the order here. Palacios drove in their run back in the first. Off speed is in for a strike.
This is when you just start to feel the pressure as a pitcher in the circle, knowing where you're at in this game, how quickly it's already gone by, and we're late in the game in the bottom of the sixth. That one pitch can lose you the game. And you have to be your most careful. It's the third time through the order now. They've seen you, so you know that. You have to be able to mix things up. And with the game on the line, this is when the pressure starts to hit you, and you need to still hit your spots.
Boy, and you know the offense, the runs are at a premium when your 3 and 4 hitters for the Talons have both laid down a sacrifice today to advance a runner to set up a teammate for a big moment. Palacios rips one back off the top of the wall. Alchin had to hold to see if it would get caught and can only get to third base. But it is runners on the corners with 1 down.
The Talons are getting to this drop all of a sudden. Alchin set the tone to lead off this inning. She went down and got one, and now Palacios is doing the same thing. That pitch is like 2 or 3 balls off the plate, but you could tell she was committed to getting her barrel there, down to that drop ball and out in front. And Alchin just needed to wait to see what was going to happen. Was Dayton going to have a chance on that ball out in left field? She probably could have gone even a little bit more off of second base. She retreated too quickly. She should have gotten more off, and then she would have been able to still score. So base running mistake that we've seen now from the Bandits as well as the Talons in this game, but just missing, hitting it out of the ballpark.
I think she thought it might have been a home run, but you could see the left fielder Dayton turn, Amanda, and you're right, it looked like at that point Alchin could have read it to run it.
Now you're taught as a base runner, anything in the air, pause, but then at that point, you need to read to see what the fielder is doing, where the trajectory of the ball is going, if you can get further off, because as soon as she saw it hit the wall, she could have been going home.
All right, so let's move this forward now. Runners on the corners, the go-ahead run at third base with 1 out, and it's Bree Ellis, the comeback player of the year, stepping up. She has struck out and popped up. The Talons 2 for 4 today with a runner in scoring position.
I still can't get over the location of that pitch, Beth, that Palacios was able to go down and get. It is nowhere near the strike zone, and she still ripped it.
So that is a pinch runner, Rachel Becker, to run at first base. You want to avoid a double play ball here, and I think they might intentionally walk Ellis to get to Jaquish.
Yeah, I think that this is a good call to load the bases, take a little bit of pressure off of the Bandits infield, and have a force out at any bag with the drop ball pitcher in the circle.
It'll bring a DP also back into play. 1 down, bases loaded. Talons looking for a late lead. And it's the red-hot Savannah Jaquish
Well, and you know Savannah Jakewish is the type of player. We saw her be so fiery at LSU. We've seen her be fiery as a pro. She is the type that's going to take that personally and try to take it out on a swing like that. She just missed, barreling up one down the line.
Best hitter in the league last month. And a little looper, and in foul territory. Did it go off the glove of Sammy Williams? And the umpires are looking at one another, and they're going to rule that a foul ball.
This was close to disaster here for the Bandits on a miss hit off the end of the bat. Sammy Williams goes back on it and just runs right into Alchin, who's on the bag. Right, so there's a note that she's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. So this likely won't go down as interference on Alchin because she's safe on the bag.
It goes off the glove of Williams, but she's reaching over into foul territory. And as you said, the collision, I mean, Alchin was where she was supposed to be.
Yeah. Possibly talking about where it hit off of Sammy Williams' glove, or just maybe talking things over.
The ruling on the field is that there was no interference at third base and just a foul ball. Chicago's challenging that, and it's now under review.
All right, so the teams get 2 challenges, and the Bandits will use one here. The review is on site in the ABC TV compound.
I think because Alchin is back in the bag by the time that Sammy Williams makes contact with her, I don't think that this is going to be interference. It's definitely in foul territory when it hit off of her glove as well.
After further review, the call on the field is confirmed there was no interference. This is Chicago's first challenge.
So they will have 1 remaining. And the count will stay 0-2 on Jakewish. The 10-year veteran, the U.S. national team member, and an opportunity to grab a late lead to take game 1. They'd be 3 outs away if they can plate one here. Will it be deep enough? Zirkle under it. And the throw will come into third, not to home. And Jakewish delivers a sac fly for a 2-1 lead as Alchin scores. Zirkle did not even look home on that one. She was going to third the whole time.
Yeah, and Alchin has so much speed. I think that Zirkle knows that. She's going to score rather than risk another extra 60 feet in a tight game. I think that was the right move. Alchin is so fast, got a good jump, and that sac fly was pretty deep.
Yep. Does hold the runners at first and second now with 2 outs for Caroline Jacobson. Can they pad the lead, or will it be Corrix to hold when she returns to the circle in the 7th inning? They have been involved in 11 one-run games this year with a 7-4 record. Jacobson, a strikeout and a flyout. Chopped to third. The charge for Williams. Got it. So the Talons have never lost a late lead. Can they hold one here to win game 1?
A couple of hits in this inning. Alchin led things off and found her way at third base. Savannah Jakewish lifted it to the outfield, even helped it go deep enough for the go-ahead run, and the Talons are 3 outs away from a win.
Today's celebration of the game is brought to us by Sephora, the exclusive beauty partner of the AUSL. And a late lead for the Talons. Jakewish waving it. Get out, get out. Well, it won't get out, but it is deep enough. The sac fly scoring the go-ahead run. And the Talons, the defending champs, are 3 outs away from winning game 1 of this best-of-3 series. Georgina Corrick has allowed 1 run on 4 hits. And Kirsten Roos is the pinch hitter to start the 7th. 6, 7, and 8 are due up. Taryn Kern and Bella Dayton, who has a couple of hits today, would be coming around next.
And Roos stepped in as a pinch hitter in the play-in game on Thursday in an inning that she led off and drew a walk, and that was when the Bandits ended up tying up the game, put up a 3 spot in that inning, and she was a spark with her AB. But here's the thing, Georgina Korek is just pouring on the strikes right now. She is not missing much. She is continually, I feel like every time I look up lately, it's 0-2, 1 and 2 count going right at these hitters.
Missed that one high, 2 and 2 with her 90th pitch on a 90-degree day here in College Station, Texas. Ground ball to third. Gobbled up by Jordan Worry. 1 down. Trying to win the first ever professional softball game on ABC. Taryn Kern, who orchestrated late game heroics on Thursday with a pair of hits in extra innings to drive in runs. For the rookie out of Stanford.
You know, just looking quickly at my scorebook, there has not been a ball hit out of the infield against Georgina Korek since the Morgan Zirkle sac fly. That is the only run for the Bandits. Since then, some strikeouts mixed in there.
That was back in the 3rd inning.
That was all the way back in the 3rd.
0-2 pitch. Another slow roller. 2 down. And Bella Dayton is the last hope. She has a pair of infield bunts. Trying to get the tying run aboard. Corners are pulled in. For the lefty slapper. Probably will induce her to try and find a hole somewhere with a much quicker reaction time for the defense, which is also pulled in at 2nd and short with the Dayton speed.
And she can find a few different ways to get on. She can lay down that bunt, soft slap, and with the infield drawn in like this, go to more of a power slap where the ball comes more firmly off of her bat, and she tries to sneak one through.
Foul ball down the line, and they are now down to their final strike here in game 1. Grounds it to 2nd. And Korek is able to finish things off and get the win in game 1 for Utah. 2-1 the final. And the game winner ends up being the Savannah Jaquish sac fly in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Talons find themselves 1 win away from back-to-back AUSL titles. The Bandits will have to win tomorrow to force a game 3 on Monday night.
We see it at every level. Good pitching is going to take down good hitting. This is the best pitching staff in the AUSL going up against the best offense in the AUSL. And Georgina Korek threw another gem, another complete game for Korek, last year's AUSL Pitcher of the Year. She just did not give them anything over the middle of the plate to hit. There were no mistakes. They wanted 1 or 2 to be able to get to, and that is not her game. She lives on the edges, paints the corners like Picasso.
She led the league in ERA this year, and she gives up just the 1 run today. She ends up retiring 14 of her last 15, including the last 9 she faced in the 5th, 6th, and 7th inning. She was getting ahead of everybody all day long, Amanda.
She worked from ahead all game long. Pitcher count after pitcher count. This is her game. A ball off the plate on the outside corner, a ball off the plate on the inside corner, drop in the changeup. This is who Georgina Koric is. She pounded the strike zone late in the game, led from inside the circle, a lot of easy contact for her infield to make clean plays on, and another 1-run win for the Talons in a low-scoring game.
Their 12th of the season. They're now 8-4 in those 1-run games. And Georgina Koric is now alongside Danielle Laurie.
Unreal. Georgina Koric, incredible game, first and foremost. What's it feel like to win game 1 of this AUSL championship, especially winning after last season?
I think it's so important to set the tone. We wanted to come out here and we wanted to do it in 2. I think anytime that you start yourself in a ditch, you put yourself in a bad place. This team loves to fight and we're scrappy and we'll leave it until the late in the game. But it's so important to get that first so that we can open ourselves up to play freely tomorrow.
Well, and I have to ask, you faced this offense less than 2 weeks ago, and going from that to this, was there any big adjustments you were trying to make, or just kind of sticking to being the same Georgina?
I think in this game you have to keep changing, you have to be malleable, otherwise they will beat you. The Bandits are a phenomenal offensive team, that's why they're here today, and they've got a great arm in the circle in Lexi Kilfoyle. I think as long as you know what your strengths are and making sure that you're not falling into the traps that they set for you, that's all you can do as a pitcher, and fight for each of your 21 outs.
I mean, they had 1 hit to the outfield, 1 hit early on in the game. Besides that, what did you feel like was kind of your bread and butter today?
I think you just have to mix. I know it's no secret my change of speed is the thing that keeps me alive in this game. So being able to do that, put it in places that I think if they're sitting it, they can't hit it hard. And just trying to stay in the mind of these hitters. You've got a great mind in Mary Iacopo behind the plate as well. So everybody in that dugout is smart. You just have to fight to be smarter.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.
Of course. Thank you.
Let's bring in. I'm going to call you Charlize, because I know sometimes it makes you up for your sister. Congratulations on the day.
Thank you.
I have to ask, I mean, that performance, she faced that offense less than 2 weeks ago, and for her to be able to go out and shove like that, what did you see from behind the plate?
Honestly, George is just a class act. Like, she just is such a professional pitcher. I mean, our staff is, but she's just really a great head for, like, our staff to just look after. She's always so poised. I feel like she's so regal when she's pitching. She just looks so, like, calm and collected. And, you know, today I just saw a lot of grit. Like, normally she's very calm and cool, but today she wanted to get after it. Like, everything was looking good, so it was easy for us to just play our game.
You came up clutch with that base hit late in the ball game. What's your mentality every at bat coming in, especially when you got a tie ball game late and you want to try to win like that?
Yeah, I actually had to call Sasha up and be like, it was right before the game, and be like, Sash, like, tell me what to think. She's my brain, so honestly, she does the hard work. And I was like, just tell me what to think. And she's like, trust your eyes. Honestly, it's got you here, and like, God has blessed you since a little girl, so just rely on that faith. So honestly, I have to give it up to my sister for that pregame talk.
I love it. You know I'm a big fan of you and your family, so congratulations again.
Thank you
Good
so
job.
much. I appreciate it. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, the Talons take game 1 of the AUSL Championship. Game 2 slated for tomorrow. We'll be back with a preview in just a moment. So the Talons get the win in game 1, 2-1. It's their 12th one-run game of the season. They're getting really good at it. They've won 8 of those, and now are 1 win away from a second straight AUSL championship title. They were able to scratch together the runs needed, and an outstanding performance in the circle for Georgina Koric. Beth Mowens alongside Amanda Scarborough. We got Danielle Laurie getting ready for some interviews down on the field. Just a couple of notes. I mean, only 1 hit to the outfield, and that was the very first batter of the game. and then she retired the last 9 straight, so didn't really give them a chance to do much in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings.
Yeah, because the Bandits got 2 hits against her in that first inning. Skylar Wallace led off the game and went up and attacked the outside corner. I was like, okay, maybe the Bandits are going to put some things together here against Korek, who had thrown a 2-hitter against them the previous time. But the way she was able to settle in, just so much confidence, that calming presence in the circle, I mean, it led to this low-scoring game and good results again for Korek.
Both sides talked to us yesterday, and it has come to fruition. Set your ego aside, set your personal stats aside, and just make the plays when you have to. In the 6th inning in a tie game, they had both a sacrifice bunt to advance a runner and then a sac fly ends up being the game winner.
It's like old school softball going back to the 90s. We got so used to in the college softball season seeing home run after home run, but back to the 90s, low scoring games, 1-0 pitchers duels. I mean, that's what this game felt like, a lot on the line, and you knew that one mistake could be the difference maker.
All right, let's go back to that 6th inning performance. Danielle Laurie has that sacrifice fly hitter, Savannah Jaquish, the game winner today.
Well, Savannah, we have the sac bunt to advance that runner over, and then you're able to step up with the big sac fly. Take me through your mindset, hands on the knees, you're just getting ready, you're watching what was going through your head.
Well, I didn't know they were going to walk Bree, but then when I was up there, I was like, okay, this is what I do. My team did their job getting in scoring position, so I was thinking, get under the ball, let it fly.
Talk about Georgina Korek's performance in the circle today. I mean, we're a hot day. It's sweaty. She came out. She was a dog from the jump. What do you love getting to play behind her?
She's just one of the most consistent pitchers I've ever seen. We played together in Japan as well, and she just always gives you a shot to win, and that's what she did today, and that's how Georgina throws.
You've been one of my favorite players to watch this year because you can play anywhere. They can put you at third, they can put you at second, they can put you in the outfield. What has been kind of your favorite part as being almost that Swiss Army knife? You can go anywhere your team needs you.
I mean, at this age, being a veteran, I'm still learning so much about the game, and I think that that makes it so fun to me. And then playing behind with some younger kids, you know, it is like you're back playing young softball again, just having a good time fielding the ball.
Game one. What are you guys going to go do? Are you going to hit up the AC? Any big plans?
We're definitely going to hit up the AC and hydrate and then get ready for tomorrow.
Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you so much. Go Talons.
All right, the Talons take game 1 and are 1 win away from back-to-back AUSL championships. A preview coming up.
Postseason Montana Fouts back in Tuscaloosa.
When she pitches on this field, it is next level.
History for the Talons. Montana Fouts closes the door on the first ever AUSL championship.
Montana Fouts able to go back home where she played collegiately at Alabama and clinch the AUSL inaugural championship at the Rhodes House in Game 2. She will get another opportunity to do that here in College Station tomorrow. She will be the projected starter against Kat Sandercock.
And it seems like when the game gets bigger, there's more on the line. Montana Fouts gets bigger too. And she already starts at a really high level, especially this year as the AUSL Pitcher of the Year, leading the league in strikeouts. But you know she's going to come out and fight and have that Montana postseason feel that we saw at Alabama and we saw last year in the finals.
Yep. The pitching matchup for Fouts and Sandercock is a dandy. 4th best ERA in the AUSL for the Bandit star, and for Fouts, the strikeout leader and this year's Pitcher of the Year. What do the Bandits have to do? Held in check at the plate, the highest scoring team, the best batting average this year in the league, but Korek was able to handcuff them.
Well, it'll be different going up against Montana Fouts because she doesn't change speeds the way that Georgina Korek does. Korek's changeup that we saw today is one of her best pitches. They won't get that a lot from Fouts, and maybe that's going to play into the Bandits being able just to sit on one speed. They were in between speeds today against Korek. It helped lead to her success, but those lefties that Fouts will throw again will again have to go against the outside pitch and see if they can handle it. It will help them, though, that they only have to deal with one speed.
What's the mindset now? You've got the 1-game lead. Obviously, for the Talons, you want to end this thing right away. Their bats were kind of quiet today as well. Lexi Kilfoyle really pitched a good game. What do you expect to see from them now trying to attack Kat Sandercock?
Probably more of the same that we saw here. I mean, Sandercock's going to attack them with her drop ball and a rise ball that's really progressed since she was at Florida State. So they're going to have to pick up or pick down against her, and she's not tough to string things together against, comes at you with a lot of strikes. So I think that we're going to see a little bit more of the same, maybe a low-scoring game, another one-run game like we saw in the finals last year and game 1 here. We'll see if teams can execute.
Working with 2 pitchers today. They got to love this pitcher's duel as we check back in with Danielle Laurie.
Well, and I think if you're Chicago, you have to know that you have faced Montana Fouts more than any other pitcher. She has thrown 311 pitches against you. If that doesn't give you confidence as a squad, I don't know what will. Yeah, Montana Fouts threw great against them the last time they competed, but they won on that big sack bunt on the walk-off. It was incredible to watch. But confidence is key, and you have to know out of all these pitchers for the Talons, you face her the most, and you have to use that to your advantage.
All right, thank you very much, Danielle. Game 2 tomorrow at 2 Eastern on ESPN. Can the Talons clinch the title, or will they force a Game 3 on Monday night? Coming up next, it's MoonPay X Games. For Amanda Scarborough, Danielle Laurie, I'm Beth Mowens. So long from College Station. We'll see you tomorrow.